Welcome to a journey of profound transformation where we explore the ancient wisdom of Stoicism to reclaim your inner peace today. Have you ever felt a deep exhaustion that sleep cannot fix, a weariness that seeps into the very marrow of your bones? This fatigue is not born from physical labor, but from the heavy burden of carrying the weight of the entire world. We exhaust ourselves trying to control things that were never ours to hold, watching them slip through our fingers like sand. So we worry endlessly about the opinions of others, the mistakes of the present, and the unpredictable nature of the distant future. But there is a path to freedom, a philosophy that teaches us the art of detachment and the power of letting go. Today, we dive deep into the Stoic concept of detachment, not as indifference, but as a strategic tool for inner peace. Detachment is the courageous act of releasing your grip on the external world to firmly grasp your own internal state. Our minds are constantly under siege by worries that do not belong to us, draining our vital energy every single day. Imagine setting down a heavy backpack you have carried for years. That is the relief we seek through this mental practice. The core problem lies in our inability to distinguish between what is within our power and what is completely outside it. We try to direct the traffic of the universe, getting angry when the world does not obey our personal commands. Plus, it is as futile as trying to stop a river with your bare hands. The water will always find its way. Epictetus, born a slave, found freedom not by escaping his chains, but by mastering his mind and his reactions. He taught that we are slaves not to our masters, but to our own desires, fears, and attachments to outcomes. Modern life amplifies this slavery, tethering our happiness to likes, comments, and the carefully curated lives of absolute strangers. We become puppets, dancing to the tune of external validation, losing our authentic selves in the process of pleasing others. Stoicism asks us to stand in the rain without cursing the clouds, to accept the weather as it naturally is. This brings us to the dichotomy of control, the fundamental tool for separating our sanity from the chaos of life. Within our control are our own actions, our judgments, our impulses, and the values we choose to live by daily. And outside our control are our reputation, our wealth, the actions of others, and even the health of our physical bodies. When we attach our happiness to a delayed flight or a rude comment, we voluntarily hand over our peace of mind. You are giving the key to your emotional stability to a stranger who does not care about your well-being. Detachment means reclaiming that key, keeping your inner flame steady regardless of the storms raging outside your window. It is realizing that you can do your best work and still fail, and that failure does not define your worth. Like an archer, you control the aim and the release, but once the arrow flies, the wind decides where it lands. The Stoic archer is satisfied with a perfect release, regardless of whether the arrow hits the bullseye or misses completely. In your career, you control your preparation and effort, but you cannot control the promotion or the praise of your boss. But when you detach from the outcome, you are free to focus entirely on the process, which paradoxically improves your results. Detachment in relationships does not mean you stop loving. It means you stop demanding that others behave as you wish. We often exhaust ourselves trying to fix people, to mold them into versions that fit our expectations and desires. This is like trying to carve a statue out of diamond. You will only break your tools and your spirit. Love with detachment says, I love you for who you are, not for who I want you to become. It allows us to walk beside our loved ones without carrying them, supporting their journey without dictating their path. We must also detach from the past, that heavy anchor that keeps our ship from sailing into new waters. The past is a foreign country where we no longer have citizenship. We cannot change a single second of it. Rumination is the enemy of peace. It is replaying a movie that had a bad ending, hoping it changes. Accepting the past requires the courage to say it happened, it is over, and now I must move forward. Future anxiety is another trap. We suffer more in our imagination than we ever do in reality. Seneca warned us that he who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. Prepare for the future, yes, but do not emotionally attach yourself to scenarios that have not yet occurred. Nature does not worry about the coming winter. It simply adapts and prepares. We should learn from this natural wisdom. To practice detachment, start with small things. Notice when you feel irritated by traffic or a slow internet connection. Pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, visualize yourself letting it go like a balloon. Visualizing your frustrations floating away is a powerful psychological trigger to reset your nervous system. Turn waiting time into personal time. Listen to a podcast, observe the world, bound or simply enjoy the moment of stillness. When accidents happen, react to the event itself, not to your interpretation of what the event means for you. The bowl is broken. That is a fact. Being angry about it is an optional emotional layer you add. In professional settings, detachment is your armor. It protects you from toxic colleagues and stressful deadlines. Your worth is not determined by a quarterly report. You are a human being, not a productivity machine. Create boundaries. When you leave work, leave the mental load at the door. Do not bring the office home. Your home should be a sanctuary, a place where the external world has no authority over your internal peace. Digital detachment is crucial. Unsubscribe from noise. Curate your feed to inspire you, not to make you feel inadequate. The goal is not to become a robot without feelings, but to become the master of your own emotional landscape. You can feel sadness, joy, and anger. But you do not let these emotions drive the car of your life. Emotions are passengers. They can suggest directions, but reason must always be the one holding the steering wheel. When crisis hits, the detached mind acts faster and more effectively because it is not paralyzed by panic. Think of a surgeon. They care deeply about the patient, but they must detach to perform the operation with steady hands. This is the paradox. By caring less about the outcome, yet you become more capable of achieving a positive result. Balance is not a static state. It is a constant series of micro-adjustments. Detachment helps you adjust quickly. When the winds of life blow, do not become rigid. Rigidity leads to breaking. Flexibility leads to survival. Be like the bamboo, which bends low under the weight of the snow, but snaps back up when the snow melts. Gratitude is a form of detachment. It shifts focus from what you lack to what you already possess. You realize that happiness does not depend on accumulating more, but on appreciating what is right in front of you. Even an emperor like Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that he was just a mortal man, destined to die. Memento mori. Remember you will die. This thought detaches you from petty squabbles and focuses you on what matters. Why waste your limited time being angry at a traffic light? Is that how you want to spend your life? Adopt the view from above. See your problems from a cosmic perspective. They are tiny specks in the universe. From space, you cannot see borders, wars, or your annoying neighbor. You only see the unity of all things. Practice the art of letting go daily. Release the need to be right. Release the need to be understood. Sometimes peace is better than being right. Let the other person have the last word and keep your tranquility. Detach from material possessions. Do you own your things, or do your things end up owning you? Simplicity brings clarity. The less you have to lose, the less you have to fear losing. True wealth is not having many possessions, but having few wants. This is the secret to ultimate freedom. Diogenes asked Alexander the Great to move because he was blocking the sun. He needed nothing from the most powerful man. Be like Diogenes in spirit. Realize that the world has nothing to offer you that you cannot give yourself. Your breath is your anchor. When the mind wanders to the past or future, bring it back to the breath. Everything is temporary. This moment, this pain, this joy. Knowing this helps you detach from the intensity of now. Celebrate the cycle of life. Do not cling to the bloom, and do not fear the inevitable wilting. A life lived with detachment is a life lived without regret, because you accepted every twist and turn of fate. Amor fati, love your fate. Do not just bear what happens to you, but actually learn to love it. Turn obstacles into fuel. See, the fire consumes everything thrown into it and burns even brighter because of it. Your character is the fire. The challenges of life are the wood. Detachment allows you to burn without being extinguished. End your day by reviewing your actions. Did you focus on what you could control? Forgive yourself if you failed. Sleep with a clear conscience. Tomorrow is a new opportunity to practice the art of detachment once again. Every sunrise is a reset button. You are not bound by who you were yesterday. You are free today. Now let's delve deeper into the dichotomy of control and with practical examples you face in your daily routine. The dichotomy of control is not just a theory, it is a lens through which you must view every event. You have submitted the job application. That was your part. The decision to hire you is now in their hands. If you get rejected, it is not a reflection of your worth. It is simply an external event to navigate. The farmer controls the planting and the watering. He does not control the weather or the pests that may come. He accepts the loss not with despair, but with the understanding that nature is powerful and he must adapt. Trying to control what strangers think of you online is a recipe for madness. You cannot police the internet. Delete the comment if you must, but do not let it rent space in your head for a free. Traffic is the ultimate teacher of detachment. No amount of anger will make the cars move any faster, except the delay. Inform those waiting. Use the time to prepare your mind for the meeting ahead. Physical health is often outside our control. Injury and illness can strike even the most disciplined among us. Focus on recovery, on adapting your role, on supporting your team in new ways. Do not dwell on why me. In love, you cannot force someone to stay. Attempting to do so only destroys your dignity and self-respect. Letting go of a person is acknowledging that their path no longer aligns with yours. It is an act of courage. With children, you control the guidance you give, not the choices they eventually make as independent human beings. Your job is to prepare them for the world, then detach and trust that your lessons have taken root. Micromanagement is the opposite of detachment. It stems from fear. Trust your team and focus on the big picture. When errors occur, view them as data points for improvement, not as personal insults to your leadership ability. The market is a wild beast. You cannot control it. You can only control your risk management and emotional reaction. Do not be overly joyful when you win, nor overly depressed when you lose. Maintain your equilibrium at all times. Create for the joy of creation. If the world applauds, good. If they criticize, good. Your work remains yours. Validation must come from within. If you wait for the world to tell you you are good, you will wait forever. Do good because it is the right thing to do, not because you want to be seen as a hero. Detachment from recognition makes your kindness pure. It becomes an expression of your character, not a transaction. You cannot reason a person out of a position they did not reason themselves into. Save your breath. Agree to disagree. Preserve the relationship rather than winning the argument. Connection is more valuable than correctness. Even mundane tasks can be a practice. Wash the dish to wash the dish, not just to get it done. Find the meditative quality in the present moment. It anchors you here, preventing your mind from drifting to worries. When pain visits, treat it as a guest. It is unpleasant, but resisting it only adds mental suffering to physical pain. Focus on the small comforts available to you. The warmth of tea, the softness of a blanket. These are real. Transform waiting into observing. The world is full of details we miss because we are too busy rushing nowhere. Animals are masters of the present. They do not worry about tomorrow's food. Learn from their absolute presence. In a digital age, slow down. Write a letter. The act of slowing your hand slows down your racing mind. Send your message into the world and let it go. Do not check your phone every 5 seconds for a reply. Nature heals because it demands nothing from you. It does not judge your success or your failures. It just is. Reconnect with the physical world to detach from the mental constructs that cause you stress. Touch grass, literally. Cooking can be a ritual of detachment. You measure, you chop, you stir. It is a dance of focus. Eat with gratitude. Taste your food. Most of us swallow without tasting because our minds are already at the next meeting. Fixing things requires patience. If you get angry at the screw, you strip the head. Gentle persistence wins the day. There is satisfaction in restoration. It reminds us that things can be mended, including our own state of mind. Flow state is the ultimate detachment. You become the music, and the ego dissolves into the rhythm and the sound. Accept applause with grace, but do not need it to survive. Your art was complete before the first clap sounded. Books are portals to other minds. They remind us that our problems are not unique. Humans have suffered this forever. Read the Stoics. Their words are not just text. They are medicine for the soul, preserved through thousands of years. Discipline the body to discipline the mind. When you push through physical discomfort, you build mental resilience against stress. The endorphins released are nature's way of rewarding effort. You control the effort. The body rewards you with clarity. Financial stress is real, but panic does not deposit money. Calm planning and disciplined spending are your only true tools. Take control of the numbers. When you face the monster directly, you often find it is smaller than you imagined. Was saying no to impulse buying is saying yes to your future freedom. It's detached from the consumerist culture that surrounds you. Look up at the stars. They have burned for billions of years. Your problems are momentary flashes in their ancient light. We are stardust, contemplating stardust. This perspective should not make you feel small, but rather connected to everything. Cherish these moments of connection. They are the true currency of life, far more valuable than any bank account balance. We are all social animals. Helping others lifts us out of our own self-centered narratives and connects us to humanity. These micro-interactions build the fabric of a good life. Be kind, for everyone is fighting a hard battle. If you need to scream, scream. Then let the ocean carry the sound away. Do not bottle up your emotions forever. Catharsis is necessary, but after the release, return to reason. Do not set up camp in the valley of despair. Even the smallest creatures teach us about duty. Boom, they do their part without complaining. Go do your part today. Work is noble when done with the right intention. It is your contribution to the hive of humanity. As the day ends, practice the evening retreat. Withdraw your senses from the world and return to your inner citadel. Be the lighthouse. Shine your light for others, but do not run into the ocean to save every ship yourself. Rest is the foundation of strength. Guard your sleep as you would guard a vault of gold. It restores you. The storm always passes. The blue sky is always there, sometimes hidden by clouds, but never gone. Remember this truth. Look at yourself. You are resilient. You have survived 100% of your bad days. You can handle what comes next. Growth often happens in the most difficult conditions. Do not resent the struggle. It is the soil for your character. The climb is hard, but the view is worth it. Keep moving, one step at a time. Do not look down. Victory is not conquering the mountain, but conquering yourself. The mountain was just the gym for your spirit. We are all rivers flowing into the same sea. Our individual struggles dissolve when we realize our shared destiny. Find your rhythm with nature. Do not rush. Do not stall. Just flow like the water, adaptable and unstoppable. Let the light of reason dispel the shadows of fear. You have the power to illuminate your own path forward. Open your heart to the world, but keep the screen door shut to keep out the pests of negativity. Set goals, but hold them lightly. Be prepared to pivot if life throws a curveball. Agility is your superpower. Life is a game of adaptation. The Grandmaster does not complain about the board. He simply finds the best move. The ultimate power is the power to let go. When you stop grasping, you are free to use your hands. Fly free from the cages of your own making. The door has been open the whole time. You just had to leave. Choose the path of virtue. It is often the harder path. But it is the only one that leads to peace. Walk forward with purpose. Do not look back, for you are not going that way. Your future is ahead. Plant trees under whose shade you do not expect to sit. This is the definition of selfless action and detachment. Your legacy is not what you own, but what you give. Give freely, and you will never be poor in spirit. Accept yourself. Flaws and all, you are a work in progress, and that is perfectly okay. Be kind to yourself. Listen to your heart, but check it with your head. The union of emotion and reason is the Stoic ideal. Share what you have learned. Teaching is the best way to learn. Spread the calm to those around you. When one person becomes calm, it ripples out. You can be the eye of the storm for your family. Bring peace to your table. Let mealtime be a sanctuary from the wars of the world. Nourish body and soul. The moon does not roar, it shines in silence. There is immense power in silence. I learned to be comfortable in it. Silence is not empty, it is full of answers. Listen to what the silence is trying to tell you tonight. Live so that when death comes, you can say, I have lived, I have loved, and I have let go. The story ends, but the light continues. Your energy transforms and rejoins the cosmos. Nothing is ever truly lost. Wisdom is a torch passed from hand to hand. Keep the flame alive by living these principles every single day. You are now a keeper of the flame. Use this wisdom to light your way and the way for others. As we conclude, remember that detachment is a practice, not a destination. You will stumble, and that is okay. Get up, dust yourself off, begin again. The Stoic path is a series of new beginnings, moment by moment. You have the power within you right now. It is not in the future, it is in your next choice. Let go of the heavy weights. Let go of the need to control. Step into the lightness of being. The world is beautiful when you stop trying to wrestle it into submission. Enjoy the ride, for it is short. Find your joy. It is hidden under the layers of worry. Peel them back and claim your birthright of happiness. Connect with others from a place of wholeness, not neediness. Be a rock for those you love and cherish. Nurture your life like a garden. Weed out the negative thoughts. Water the positive ones. Watch your soul bloom. The harvest of a Stoic life is tranquility, resilience, and an unshakable joy that depends on no external thing. Embrace your life. It is the only one you have. Make it a masterpiece of inner peace and outer strength. Let the sun of wisdom burn away the fog of confusion. See clearly, act justly, live freely, be stoic. Time moves fast. Do not waste another second on things that do not matter. Focus on what is essential. Pass on the gift of peace. It is the greatest legacy you can leave behind for the generations to come. Thank you for walking this path with us. Detachment is your quiet strength. It is the shield that guards your peace and the compass that directs your character. When you release what you cannot control, you reclaim energy for what truly matters. Virtue, clarity, courage, and purposeful action. This is how inner power is built, not in grand gestures, but in small, consistent decisions aligned with reason. If this message resonated with you, do not keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs steadiness in a chaotic world. Be the bridge that carries this wisdom forward. And if you are committed to mastering your mind and strengthening your spirit, subscribe to Stoic Inner Power. Join a community dedicated to resilience, clarity, and unshakable calm. Walk this path with us. Practice daily. Begin again tomorrow.